Hey everyone, and welcome to the Windows 8 video series by Solid Shell Security. So this is basically what the new Windows 8 looks like when you first log in. Just to give a little background on Windows 8, it's a hybrid type of OS. It kind of follows the trend of a touchscreen tablet phone interface, but it's been placed on top of the typical Windows desktop interface. So it's basically two together. I'm not going to go too in depth on this, but just to basically explain it, this is the new start menu. This is what you're going to get when you first log in. So we've logged in, and we're using a local user. You can use a Microsoft Live account, and by doing that, that gives you access to any of your Windows 8 phones, tablets, desktops. They all can use the exact same account and keep everything in sync. So for you tech guys out there, it's kind of like running an Active Directory or like a Radius server, following the one account authorized on all devices. But I'm not going to go on all that detail, but it's basically kind of like that kind of concept. But for all you guys who are looking to get into Windows 8, there are two different ways to log into Windows 8. You can just typically use the local login. You don't have to go more advanced than that. But just saying, there is two different ways to log in, depending on how you want to get things set up. So installing applications are the exact same way as a phone and on your typical Windows 7 Vista XP. If you want, you can in fact go into the application store and you can download applications just like a phone. Like I went ahead and put Facebook Touch on, Skype, Bible application, a photo application. So I went ahead and I've done that through the application store. I also put Log Me In and Firefox in from the typical go to the internet, download, install. So you have two different ways that you can install applications. So it really is a hybrid operating system because you have the best of both different ways. Each way, it's fine. You can also customize the start menu. You can create categories, you can create names for each one, you can rearrange them. So you have a quick access and you can clean this up. So you also have the ability to make them live, such as switch through photos, grab news, or you can basically set them to static and they won't change. You can also shrink them, make them bigger. The other little thing is the navigation is going to be a little different too. With the mouse wheel, you can scroll back and forth to view all of them. The other thing you have to keep in mind is right-clicking acts as a command on the interface to bring up a menu. So if there's a menu involved, a right-click is going to bring it up. It's basically like using a phone command, like the menu command on a phone. Same little concept, but that's with the right-clicking. The other little thing that you're going to notice is in the corners, you won't get them here because I have nothing running, but in the top left is like the taskbar, which will bring up all the active applications. If you're like on the desktop or in another application, coming down here on the left, it'll bring up the link to come to this menu. And on the bottom right here, if you hover, it brings up the command for like settings, devices, the start menu, searching. So it gives you the access to like the configured device. So under settings, we have the ability to change networking, the volume, power on and off, change notifications. We can also go into the PC settings here, which allows you to change all your PC settings. So we can personalize it, create users. So it's really changed into like a more touchscreen mobile design. You're going to notice that with the whole Metro interface. So it's going to be a really different. It's not going to be your typical what you think look. Some of you might like it, some of you might dislike it. The one nice thing though is the quick ability. Oh, that's wrong. But with the Windows key, you can quickly switch to the start menu screen here and quickly type. And once you start typing, it will bring up any application. It's like the start menu with the little search command, but all you do is hit the little Windows command, bring up the start menu, start typing, and you can basically bring up anything and then hit enter, and it'll bring up that application. So it's very quick, very easy to use. That's one little feature I like about it. You're probably going to get really accustomed to that if you don't want to deal with trying to move your mouse down to bring up the start menu and scroll through. You're going to really like that quick thing. The other nice little thing here, we'll talk about this a little more later, but you can search settings, files, or search in a specific application. Like if we had Netflix on here, we wanted to find something on Netflix, we would select the Netflix application, start typing, and then search inside Netflix. So it's got a lot of capabilities like that. Go back to the start menu. So that's really a quick overview of Windows 8 and new interface. Just quickly over the desktop. The desktop is still here. It still exists, but it's a lot different. You don't have the start menu. The start menu is now gone. You can get that back with some modificational application downloads that will bring that back if you want to get that. I've not used them. There are a few out there that I don't believe they're free. If they're free, someone else can maybe post a link or mention that one, but I don't know of any that are actually free that are working without having to go into like the registry or the system files and do some hacking to bring it back. But there is one I know that's paid that will bring the start menu back. But other than that, the desktop does exist, and you can still browse the web. You can still do anything that you typically would do on a desktop operating system. It's still there. It still exists. There's really nothing too different to it other than the start menu's gone and you have the Metro interface, such as the start menus up at the top, which they've been gone since Windows 7, but they recently have been now actually changed them to make everything easier for like touchscreen. As you can see, just hovering over, we change everything, so it's automatically, making the changes. But everything has gotten bigger. The whole Metro interface, it's basically designed here to make it a lot easier on touchscreen. Now, if you do want to keep the menu, you can put the little thumbtack in, and it'll stay. So you always have this up if you want it, or you can just hide it to get more space. So there's some little changes with the whole interface that will take some getting used to. Like I said, you're either going to like it or you're not going to like it. We've done business with people who like it. We've done business with people who don't like it. Me personally, I'm okay. I'm so with it. There's a few things I really don't like about the whole Windows 8, but I mean, it's usable. It's not bad. There has been some nice performance improvements, I will say that. Like the whole searching system, that's a lot faster than what it has been. But all in all, you basically have to try it to see if you like it. But that pretty much is the entire operating system in a nutshell. So that's what the design looks like. That's how the interface works. And in the other videos, we are going to start talking about some of the more advanced features and how to actually make the most out of your Windows 8. It's got some cool things about it. So make sure you subscribe to the videos, and I will see you in the next one.